About a year ago, I got my first personal computer, and with that, I started my long ago wish to play video games. And I completely fell in love with them. So much so that I started considering them a superior form of content. I started considering them art. But why? For a year ago, I couldn't understand why. But recently, I think I have figured out why. But is video games art? Well, the sheer amount of work and passion put into some of them is what we should all admire. But what is an art? Is it something that can be sold for money? Then yes, video games are art. According to Wikipedia, this is the meaning of art, a product that involves creative or imaginative talent. Tell me the difference between these three. Of course, these are based on different parts of human history, but what are the similarities between them? Each one of them is trying to convey us their imagination, a vision that could have been only seen by the creator itself. That is what is an art for me. Nothing but a source through which the creator makes us see its vision. This is what separates us from the rest of the animal kingdom. I think the intro was much dramatic, but let's go back to the topic. How video games makes themselves so unique from any other art? Is it graphics, story, or its environment? Well, if you take graphics, then sure it varies from time to time depending upon the resources present, just like any other art. So it is similar to any other art. Then story maybe? But all the other arts also have the ability to convey the story. Then environment? No. What makes video game art is their unique skill of interactiveness with their narrative and gameplay. Something that is impossible for others to deliver. Something that isn't patented by video games, but can be only be delivered by video games. Imagine you being able to live in the world of your favorite cinema movie, being able to live in your character's house, explore the city, travel to its most iconic places, do whatever you want and being completely lost in its environment. I still remember the feeling of Resident Evil 2 of hearing footsteps of this absolute unit of living being walking aggressively towards me. It was silent and chilling for me so much that I always tried to run for the safe house. But interactiveness isn't the alone and the only thing that makes these games so much good. It's also the soundtrack they produce that makes the situation much more dramatic. Here, I would like to call out my one of the favorite video games, Elden Ring. The theme, which irritated me after dying 1 trillionth time by the same boss, made me feel something else when I finally synced with its every move. Or when you hear John's themes in Red Dead Redemption 2, completely goosebumps. It was a feeling that was so unique to me that I can't tell as my mind is incapable to express. Remember that I mentioned atmosphere before? The power to create a certain atmosphere adopted by these games is so good, and combine them with high graphics gives us the feeling that disconnects us with our world and connects us to their world. This is the magic that a good atmosphere creates for me. A good atmosphere not only fulfills your fantasy to live in that world, but also leaves an impact on your memory that great that it eats you from inside to play that game once again. Video games are the sum factor of all these other art. It is a combination of music, storytelling, gameplay, visual art, etc. Once you combine these factors, it shows us the dedication and hard work that is put into some of these games that it automatically makes you a 15th AD European sailor eager to explore what's out there for you. This is what makes video games stand out in front of other categories of art. Something that they took from others, but something that only they could deliver. Something that made them art.